Welcome to FSPN's coverage of the first spring season game of the 2025 season. Today we're at Miami Coral Park Senior High School for a game between the Homestead Broncos and the home team, the Coral Park Rams, that are led by first-year head coach Anthony Bello. The Broncos are led by second-year head coach Eddie Somariva. We should have a good one for you today. We're excited to bring you this game and the other 45 games that we have on the schedule here at FSPN. Today's game is brought to you by Coach's Corner. They're a complete printing service. They do screen printing, embroidery, promotional items. So give our buddy Alex Diaz a call at Coach's Corner. I'm Uncle Muggs, and I'll bring you the play-by-play today as well as the rest of the games on the schedule. We also have a sponsorship opportunity, so if your business or organization would like to advertise here on the Florida Sports Programming Network, please give us a call or drop us an email. We'd like to have you on here. Our schedule, we have a busy week coming up. Our game today obviously is at Coral Park, but tomorrow we'll be at the Southridge Spartans Field for the Braddock Bulldogs. On Wednesday, we'll be at South Dade Field to watch the Miami Springs Hawks take on the Southwest Eagles. On Thursday, it's the Somerset Charter Stallions at Kendall to visit the Killian Cougars. And on Friday night, the Columbus Explorers visit the Florida Christian Patriots. And on Saturday night on the same field, the Florida Christian, it'll be the Mater Academy Lions taking on the Florida Christian Patriots, and that's going to be a great week of baseball. Today's matchup between the Homestead Broncos and the Coral Park Rams will be on in just a minute. We'll be right back with starting lineups and the starting pitchers right after this. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome to FSPN's coverage of opening day baseball, the first spring season game of the 2025 season. And today we're at Coral Park Field for a District 16 matchup between the Homestead Broncos that are led by second-year head coach Eddie Somariva and the home team, the Rams of Coral Park, that are led by first-year head coach Anthony Bello. We're about to get underway. Our sponsor is Coach's Corner, a full-service printer for all your embroidery needs, screen printing, promotional items. Call our friend Alex Diaz at Coach's Corner. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play, and it's my pleasure. It's a delight to have you with us. Join me along. We're about to get underway in this spring season. We're going to go over the defense and the lineup. So the lineup for Eddie Somariva's Homestead Broncos are Adel Rivera will be leading it off and playing right field. George Garcia will be batting second and playing center field. Then it's Adrian Butcher, the shortstop. Esmil Mitchell, the pitcher. Adrian German, the left fielder. Ellie Sanchez is batting sixth. Danny Chavez is batting seventh. Darian Barreau is batting eighth. And Derek Piter is batting here. And we're about to get underway here. There's a strike. And a way to start off the season. A swinging strike. I'm going to tell you about the crafty lefty that's on the mound for these Coral Park Rams. His name is Joshua Vargas. They call him Juju. A tall, lanky, left-handed pitcher. Behind the plate is Kevin Alonso. And I'll give you the defense for the Rams in just a moment. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and fouled right over here to us. Right where I thought there wouldn't be a foul ball hit. Rivera puts one right here in the FSPN cameras. There's a good look at the tall, lanky left-hander. He's a senior. They call him Juju. And there's a called strike three. He's going to have to tag him out for the formalities, but first strike for Juju. That'll bring up the center fielder, George Garcia. And he takes a strike. One out, top of the first, no score. Coral Park Field. Juju took a little bit off that one and flopped it over for another strike. He's been a strike machine. And Sanchez looking at his second victory. And he swings at one out of the strike zone. 2 strikeouts for Juju. Doesn't give me time to go over the defense. Behind the plate for Juju, it's Kevin Alonso. Yangel's playing first. Edgar Murillo's at second base. Anthony Lopez is the shortstop. David Fresco's the third baseman. Here's the first pitch in there for another strike to Adrian Butcher. And he is the shortstop for the Broncos. Your outfield for the Rams are Diaz, Laches, and Alvarez. And there's a swinging strike. Juju's 1 strike away from striking out the side here in the first inning of the 2025 season. A changeup high and away for a rare ball. He's been filling up the strike zone. And there's a strikeout. And look at the reaction from Juju. So nothing across the board, no score. We're heading to the bottom of the first inning where the Rams are coming up to bat. And you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of opening day baseball in the 2025 spring season for Miami-Dade and Broward High School baseball. Today we are at Coral Park Field on the campus of Miami Coral Park Senior High School for a matchup between 2 District 16 opponents, the Homestead Broncos and the Coral Park Rams. Of course, the Rams are led by first-year head coach Anthony Bello, and Eddie Somarriba is at the helm of the Broncos. Right now, we're heading into the bottom of the first inning. In that first inning, Joshua Vargas struck out the side. He filled up the plate. The lanky lefty was dominating. And now, the key to this game, Mitchell will need to get the second, third, and fourth batters for the Rams, keep them off the bases, and it'll give the Broncos a better chance of winning. And I'm talking about Lopez, Alonso, and Laches, and those are the heavy hitters for the Rams. Derek Pitter's at third base. Adrian Butler's at shortstop. Darian Baroa is the second baseman. Eli Sanchez is playing first. Adel Rivera is the right fielder for the Broncos. George Garcia is in center field. Adrian Herman is in left field. And your battery is Esmil Mitchell, who's a junior. And behind the plate is Danny Chavez. And we're going to head to the bottom of the first inning with no score here at Coral Park Field. It's a little bit warm. The starting lineup for these Coral Park Rams, David Fresco will lead it off. He's the third baseman. He'll be followed by Anthony Lopez, the shortstop. Then it's Kevin Alonso, the catcher. George Laches, the center fielder. Yangel Herami is playing first base and batting fifth. Rodney Garcia is the DH. Yunel Alvarez is playing right field, and he's the seventh batter. Diego Diaz is batting eighth, and he's the left fielder. And Edgar Murillo rounds out the lineup for the Coral Park Rams, and he's the second baseman. And here comes the pitch from Mitchell, and it's high for ball 1. The field's in decent shape. Anthony Bellows put in some hard work. I came out here a Saturday or 2 ago, and he was out here with the weed eater. Mitchell's pitch is taken high. Bottom of the first inning. Left-handed batting, Fresco swings at that one. Got a little piece of it. 2-1. Scoreboard's looking nice here at Ram Field. It's about 84 degrees. And that pitch is taken high. 3-1, a hitter's count here to the left-handed third baseman, Fresco. And there's the first base runner of the season for the Rams. David Fresco will make his way down to first base by way of a walk. The batter now is the shortstop, Anthony Lopez, batting from the left side. Mitchell loops one in there high for ball one. The runner on first, David Fresco. And that ball swung on and hit foul over by the third base side. The count will go to 1-1 with no one out. Runner on first, no score here at the bottom of the first inning. The key to Mitchell and the key to the Broncos' success is to keep Lopez, Alonso, and Latches off of the bases. It's the second, third, and fourth batter for the Rams. This is Anthony Lopez, left-handed hitting shortstop. The runner goes, and that ball swung on and hit, wow, almost into the Rams dugout. Scattered that crowd. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Fresco was running on that pitch. So with 1 ball, 2 strikes, here comes the pitch to Lopez, and it's taken high to even the count. The Rams went 2-17-1 last year. Season opener, and that ball scorched into the left side for a base hit. It drops down right in front of Adrian German for a base hit, the first base hit of the season for these Rams. So the first mission failed. Lopez is on base. Now comes Kevin Alonso. He's the catcher. With runners on first and second, that'll bring up Alonso, the catcher. He's wearing number 13, batting from the right side. He's facing Ismael Mitchell. And that one's looped in there. Good catch there by Chavez. Jumped up to get that one. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. And that ball's hit right up the middle at the second baseman. A line drive. He goes to second to try to get 2. But he catches the soft liner for the first out. The runners stay where they are. The batter's George Latches. The runners are going. No throw. Everybody's safe. Lopez goes to second, to third, and Fresco goes to third. Lopez goes to second, rather. Sorry. Here's the pitch from Mitchell. It's in the dirt. Good block back there by Chavez again. Esmel Mitchell is the pitcher. He's pitching from the stretch. And that ball swung on and hit foul. Jorge Latches, the center fielder, left-handed batting. Trying to pick up 2 here for Bellows Rams. And there's a strike. Counts 2-2. Latches wearing number 10. Trying to drive in the first 2 runs of the season here for the Rams. That one's way outside. Full count now to the center fielder. We're glad you could join us here. Happy Monday, everybody, to wherever you are. We're at Coral Park Field, home of the Rams, for some spring baseball. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he's going to fill up the bases with that one. Now batting for the Rams, it's Yangel Hayami. He's the first baseman. Another left-handed batter. Ismail Mitchell struggling a little bit on the mound, having trouble getting that ball over. 2-0 now, the count. He got Alonso to line out. Walked Fresco. Yangel swings through that one for a strike. Two walks and a base hit so far have loaded up the bases with one out in the bottom of the first. That one's taken for a ball, and the count runs 3-1. A hitter's count here to the left-handed batting first baseman, Yangel. That one gets away from him, and the first run of the season is by way of a walk. But we'll take him any way we can get him for the Rams of Coral Park. So David Fresco makes history. He scores the first run on an FSPN broadcast. Hopefully one day he'll be the answer to a trivia question. Rodney Garcia is your batter from the right side. A pickoff attempt to third, and he gets away from the third baseman. And here comes Anthony Lopez to score. Latches will head over to third. Yangel make it to second, and the Rams have their second run of the season. So Lopez scores on that one. Latches to third, Yangel to second, and a base hit will score a couple more. Only one out here, bottom of the first inning. The DH up, almost got hit by that one, walked out of it. 2-0 with runners on second and third base for these Rams. Mitchell could have balked there, but he throws a strike. Score first, win first. That's the motto. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it swung on and lifted the right side of the infield. Shallow right field. Rivera's going to get it, and here's a play at the plate. No, he's going to throw it to the cutoff. Latches is going to score the third run for these Rams. Now Alvarez steps in from the left side, wearing number 12. First pitch swinging, a ground ball over to Barroa at first. He bobbles it, and he's going to have to eat it. Yangel scores the fourth run of the inning and of the season. Diego Diaz steps in, the left fielder. 4-0 lead. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. He swings at a high pitch out of play for strike one. Ball's coming in so easy that they just getting a little desperate and swinging for things out of the strike zone. 4 runs in this bottom of the first inning for the home team. Swings at another one foul. It could have been out of the strike zone. Now Diaz has 2 strikes on him. Tall, lanky left fielder. Ismail Mitchell comes set. Throws one over for a ball taken. And that one's hit high and deep in the left center field. Jermaine's got a beat on it. It goes over his head. There's a collision on second base. Alvarez is going to be waved home. There goes Alvarez. There's going to be a play at the plate. And Alvarez is in there for the 5th run. And we'll give Diego Diaz a triple and an RBI. And that's 5 runs for the home team. The Rams are going to bat around. They're sending Edgar Murillo to the plate from the left side. A lot of lefties on this Coral Park team. Murillo's the second baseman. It's a 5-0 game. The umpire's out there talking to Esmel. Maybe he hasn't come set. Caught him balking a couple times earlier. They kind of let it slide, but the base umpires come in and talk to him and just explaining to him what he did wrong, hopefully teaching the young man a little something. Meanwhile, we have Murillo, and then it'll be David Fresco, the leadoff batter, who got walked his last time up. The Rams send up 9 in this first inning. And there's a soft swing by Murillo. Kind of got fooled on that pitch. There's one inside taken for a strike. Esmil Mitchell's the pitcher for the Broncos. There's a ball high. Evens a count to 2-2 to the left-handed batting second baseman, Murillo. There's a ground ball to the first baseman, Sanchez. He picks it up himself. And after one hit, 3 base on balls and an error, the Coral Park Rams are up 5-0 here on opening day. And you're watching FSPN. We'll be right back with more right after this. Welcome back to the first game of the 2025 season between the Coral Park Rams and the Homestead Broncos. And Joshua Vargas picked up where he left off. He struck out the side in the top of the first inning. And now he's facing the pitcher, his counterpart, Esmil Mitchell, who swings through that one. Quickly 2 strikes to the right-handed batter from the lefty. And his coach said he was crafty. And called strike 3. Wow, a dejected Mitchell walks away from a strike 3, and that's 4 consecutive strikeouts for Joshua Vargas. Joshua Vargas, he's a senior, the left-handed pitcher. He has a fastball, a changeup. He's going to face Adrian Herman, the left fielder. There's a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Kevin Alonso's behind the plate. David Fresco's at third. There's a strike taken. Lopez is at shortstop. Edgar Murillo is your second baseman. Yangel's at first. And he's been a strike machine. The outfielders Diaz, Laches, and Alvarez. And the story here has been Joshua Vargas just filling up the strike zone. Got a piece of that one, but 2 strikes on the batter. 5-0, top of the second inning. 1 hit and a bunch of walks. The story's been Juju, though, the strikeout machine. German gets a piece of it just to stay alive. 4 consecutive strikeouts, 4 batters faced. He's been in control in this opening day matchup. Juju kicks, swing, and 5 strikeouts for Joshua Vargas. Vargas has retired the Broncos in order so far, 5 strikeouts. And that'll bring up the big right-hander, Eli Sanchez, the first baseman for the Broncos. The Broncos are wearing their white uniforms with the Broncos in blue, and that changeup is swung on and missed. The Rams are wearing their traditional home whites with the Rams in blue outlined in gold with a little trim around the sleeves, and it looks really nice. Another pitch swung on. Let's see if he can make it 6 in a row. 0-2 to Sanchez. And Juju delivers a ball inside. Didn't miss by much. I was waiting for the home plate umpire to pull the trigger on that one. Joshua Vargas looking for his 6th strikeout. And there it is, Bob. 3 of them in this inning, 3 before. He's retired 6 Broncos, nothing across the board. The home team has 5 runs, the visiting team Broncos 0, and you're watching FSP. Welcome back to Coral Park Field for the season opener between the Homestead Broncos and the Coral Park Rams. David Fresco's the batter. He swings at the first pitch. A comebacker up the middle. It's going to get through and under the glove of Butler at shortstop. Now he rounds second, and they got him. No, he's going to be safe at first. Anthony Lopez is the batter. He's a shortstop from the left side. He got his first hit in the last inning. Fresco's on first. And that ball's hit well into the gap in right center. It's going to be extra bases for Lopez. Here comes Fresco. They're going to send him all the way home. Here comes David Fresco on his horse. He's going to score. The ball comes in the infield, and the second triple of the night is hit by Anthony Lopez, and that's the 6th run for these Coral Park Rams. Kevin Alonso's the batter. He lined to second base his last time up. He's the catcher. He takes that one for a ball high. That ball inside. Esmail Mitchell has been struggling a little bit with his control, to say the least. He's walked about 4 batters. 6 runs, all of them earned. Three and 0 to the right-handed batting catcher Alonso, with a runner on third and a chance to pick up an RBI here. No outs, bottom of the second. And the Rams will have runners in the corner for the center fielder, George Latches. Latches was walked his last time up. Alonso gets back in time, a pickoff attempt, and here comes a runner home. It's going to be a wild throw. Lopez is going to score. Alonso's going to go to second. And a heads-up play by the shortstop, Anthony Lopez, to score on that play. That's 7 runs now for Coral Park. The Rams are getting off to a good start in this 2025 season. Mitchell comes set and swung on and hit foul. 6 lefties in this Anthony Bello lineup for the Rams. Man, they look good in those white uniforms. Reminds me of back in the 80s. There's a good look at them. Mitchell comes set, the runner goes. That ball scorched into left field. Germain's got a beat on it. Now the runner's got to go all the way back. Alonso is going to be safe at second. He was running on the pitch. Alonso was running on that pitch, made it all the way to third base. Adrian German made the catch and had to hustle back and throw it to second. But Alonso gets back there in time, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Yangel. Also a lefty. The runner on second. He grounds out one to third, just past Pitter. And that one's going to roll into the outfield. And now here comes Alonso. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. The Rams are going to score their 8th run. 5 in the first, 3 here in the bottom of the second. 2 RBI for Yangel. It'll bring up the DH, Rodney Garcia. Takes a ball outside. Pitter almost got that one. That was a hard grounder. There's a slow pitch and got away from Chavez. Yangel's going to cruise into second base. Eight to 0, bottom of the second inning. It's a blowout. This kind of looks like the Super Bowl, the first half of the Super Bowl. But it's the Super Rams. And there's a shot up the middle, caught by Baroa, the left-handed second baseman, and he fires over to Sanchez for the second out. Yangel advances to third. It's been a long time since I've seen a left-handed second baseman. You saw one there. And Darian Baroa. Can't play highlight lefty either. And that pitch is swung on and lifted to left center. Here comes German on the run. He camps out under it. He makes the third out. The Rams score 3 more to make it 8 to 0 as we head to the top of the third inning. And you're watching opening day baseball on FSPN. Welcome back everyone to FSPN's coverage of spring baseball. It's the first game of the season. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play. We have a full schedule coming up this week. We'll be in a lot of baseball parks, high school baseball parks. Here's a peek at the Coral Park schedule. First-year coach Anthony Bello, and he's got his Rams hitting, and he's got them pitching. The story here today has been the left-handed crafty, they call them. All these lefties lately have been crafty. They don't throw that hard, but they get the ball over the plate and they spin it like a top. Our man here is Joshua Juju Vargas. He has 6 strikeouts, and he's faced 6 batters, and he'll be looking at the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters now for the Homestead Broncos and Danny Chavez, the catcher. We had a change. Jonell is coming in for Darian Baroa at second base, and then it's Derek Pitter, the third baseman, and then if anybody gets on, it's the top of the order, Ediel Rivera. And here's the pitch. It's taken strike, nothing new. Top of the third inning, 8 to 0 in favor of the home team. And Juju's been a strike machine. A total strike machine on the mound. Anthony Bello's got to be happy with that. First game of the season, and his pitcher has 6 strikeouts already. And Juju's got the batter at 3-1, hitter's count here for Danny Chavez. And there's a free pass. I think I jinxed him. It was the old announcer's jinx. Right when I said he was pitching great. He had retired 6 in a row before that one. Yonell's going to come up to bat now from the left side after he shakes hands with the catcher and everybody. So with the runner on, nobody out here in the top of the third inning. 8 to 0 game, a snapback throw, gets back in time. The senior, the lefty, Vargas. Swings through that one, does Yonell. The 0-1 to Yonell is taken high and inside for ball 1. The catcher Chavez not going anywhere. Pretty close to the bag. The lefty deals, and there's another strike. The 1-2 strike pitch to Yonell's taken for strike 3 looking. That's strikeout number 7 for the lefty, the crafty lefty. Joshua Vargas, the senior. He'll face the last batter, Derek Pitter. Starts him off with the strike. The runner on first is Danny Chavez. The strike machine on the mound is Joshua Vargas. And there's another one swung at. Can he get his 8th strikeout in 9 batters? Here's the 1-2. And that one's hit softly into right center. That's going to drop in there right over the outstretched hands of Edgar Murillo, but they're going to force him out at second. So Chavez had to wait to see if that ball dropped. Pitter's going to get a base hit. They're going to cut down Chavez at second. And there's going to be 2 outs here for the leadoff batter for these Broncos, Ediel Rivera. There's a bat on the on-deck circle, and they're going to have to slow things down here. Here's a chance to take a good look at the lefty. He works fast. He's got a good move to first. We see that he fills up the strike zone. And his name is Joshua Vargas. He's a senior, lefty. And there's a swung on strike. Two outs, top of the third, 8-0. Vargas filling up the strike zone once again. Seven strikeouts, 9 batters. Looking for strikeout number 8. And he hits one right off the glove. Looked like catcher's interference, but it's going to be Yangel unassisted for the 3rd out. So after 1 hit, 1 man stranded. The score is Coral Park 8, the Broncos 0, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of the first game of the spring 2025 season between the Homestead Broncos and the home team, the Coral Park Rams. It's an 8-0 ball game. The story here has been the starting pitcher for the Coral Park Rams, Joshua Vargas, Juju, with 7 strikeouts in 3 innings, 8 runs. And this is going to bring up Yunel Alvarez, Diego Diaz, and Edgar Murillo, the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitter for the Rams. And they're going to face Emilio Mitchell. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, Mitchell bounces one in there. I have a feeling this one might be over early. Good start to this 2025 season for Anthony Bello's team. And again, Alvarez swinging at balls out of the strike zone. Doesn't help the cause. I know it's taken its time to get there, but you got to be patient in these situations, especially when you don't have a fireballer up there. It's 2-0. Three and 1 now the count. The right fielder, Yunel Alvarez. That one swung through. Full count here to Alvarez. 2-2, I'm sorry. If count's full now, that was an easy take. Emilio Mitchell from the stretch. Full count pitch, and that's going to be a free pass. And it'll bring up Diego Diaz, who got a triple the last time up. And an RBI as well. Diaz, the right-handed batter. I'm sorry, we have a pinch hitter now. That one's in the dirt. Alvarez will make it to second easy. That ball's hit high to the left side. Lifted up. Oh, the left fielder had some trouble with it. Adrian German. Ball got behind him all the way to the fence. Alvarez is going to score easy. And the pinch hitter, number 3, he's going to get in there with a triple. Run number 9 for these Rams. It's going to bring up the last batter, the second baseman, Edgar Murillo. Murillo, the left-handed batter. Murillo hit a hard ground ball to first base his last time up. And he swings at that one and hits it high into left center field. Garcia's going back. He doesn't have it. He's all the way to almost to the fence. The pinch hitter. And we're going to have back-to-back triples. You very rarely see that. And that's another run. And make it an even 10 here for the Rams. We might be gone a little early today. RBI there for Murillo. That will bring up David Fresco. He's the leadoff batter, the third baseman. He walked the first time up, and then he singled. Nobody out here. Bottom of the third, 10-0 ball game. We're at Coral Park Field for the first ever game on FSPN, regular season game. We've done plenty fall games, but this time we're using real bullets. Mitchell's pitch in the dirt. Nice block by Chavez. With a runner on third, bottom of the third. Nobody out, 10-0. The leadoff batter, number 5, David Fresco. Mitchell's pitch is in the dirt off Sanchez, and here comes Murillo to score the 11th run. Dives head first at home. And we've got 11 runs after 2.5 innings. No one out here. I salute Eddie Somarriba, the head coach for these Homestead Broncos. He doesn't have a lot of talent down there in Homestead, but he's got a team. He fields a team out here, and there's a hard ground ball over to the left-handed second baseman. He kind of bobbles it. Now he throws over. And I'm not sure what the call is. It looked like he beat it out. It's going to be an error on Darren Baroa. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Anthony Lopez, another left-handed hitter. I think we may see a pinch hitter now coming out. Head coach Anthony Bellows coming in to make a quick change. Bello in his first year has the field looking in nice shape. I've seen him working out here with the tractor and the weed eater, and he's doing his thing, and he's dedicated, and he's going to make this program work. So we have a pinch hitter coming in for the shortstop, Anthony Lopez. (11-0) in favor of the home team. Bottom of the third inning. Runner on, nobody out. 11 runs across the board. Runner's going. The ball's taken inside. The throw by Chavez is not in time. Fresco's on second. He got on by way of an error. There's a strike called by the umpire to even the count on the shortstop, Lopez. Esmil Mitchell. He delivers one in the dirt, gets by Chavez. Fresco's going to go to third. Lopez, the shortstop here for the Rams. Runner on third. Lopez with the chance to get the 12th run. And there's that one smoked up the middle. I mean, that was a good piece of hitting. He stayed back on that one. Fresco's going to score. Run number 12. And no one out. Bottom of the third. 4 in this inning. 3 in the second. 5 in the first for these Rams. Just walking away with this one. Kevin Alonso's coming up. Sorry, this is George Laches. And he hits one foul. That foul ball caught a card. Another ball high to the left-handed batting Laches, the center fielder for these Rams. Throw over. Lopez gets back in time. That one's lifted into left center field. Garcia's having trouble with it, and that gets over his head again. Lopez is going to go all the way to third base. They're going to hold him up there. Laches is going to get a double. So now with runners on second and third, it's going to bring up the left-handed hitting first baseman, Yangel. That ball's in the dirt, gets by Chavez. Another run is going to score. That's 13 now for the Rams. We're going to have a good game tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's game I'm really excited about. What we have in store tomorrow will be at South Ridge. We're going to have the Braddock Bulldogs led by Martinez, Harold Martinez. And they're going to face Moe's Spartans in a district matchup already, a rivalry game already, early in the season. That ball's lifted high in left field. Adrian German has trouble with it. He leaves it on the ground. Anthony Lopez is going to score. The batter's Rodney Garcia from the right side. 14-0. 2 touchdowns put on the board by these Rams. Esmil Mitchell is the pitcher for the Broncos. Chavez lets one get by him again. Laches heads over to second base easily. No outs here. On Wednesday, we'll be at South Dade Senior High School field for the Battle of the Birds, and this is a good one between Miami Springs and Southwest, the Mandy Pelaez-led Eagles. It's at Southwest and Miami Springs, and that's at 6 o'clock. I made an error on that one. It says 3 o'clock, but that's a 6 o'clock game. Some Eagles were here earlier, and there's a strike, and they were telling me that they noticed that there was an error there. Uncle Muggs was getting old here and turned at 6 into a 3 somehow. And that one's grounded slowly over to Derek Peter at third base, where he gobbles it up and fires it across to Ellie Sanchez in time for an out. And it's the first out of the inning. Laches will go to third base on the grounder, and it'll bring up Yunel Alvarez. First pitch swinging is Alvarez. Please don't hit my car. You got the car right behind me. Scared when those lefties come up to bat here at Coral Park Field. And I knew better. I shouldn't have parked there. Mitchell's pitch is way out of the strike zone. Yangel's on third. That ball swung on and hit foul again. Getting really close to the cars over there. Apple, could you hit the ball fair, please? Had to get my comment in there. He's going to hit the FSPN mobile. And there's a ground ball. Slowly hit to the shortstop. Butler's going to come up with it. Not in time. That's going to score the 15th run. The 10th batter brought up. Alvarez started this back a few minutes ago. Like 15 minutes ago he started this inning. And now he's back up again, the right fielder. And that one's hit right up the middle. Another lefty. Now playing Baroa, now playing shortstop. So there's 2 outs. Little confusion, but he was already out. Have a pinch hitter coming up now in a 15-0 game. Head coach Bellows emptying out the dugouts here for Coral Park. Runner on first base. 2 outs now. Mitchell's pitch is taken high for a ball. The 0-2. Taken high for no strike. Just want to remind everybody that on Thursday will be a Cougar Field, and this one is at 3 o'clock, and it's the Somerset Stallions led by Peter Cerda taking on the Chris Leon Cougars. And that should be a good one because the Stallions can hit, and there's another called strike. 2-2 with the runner on first base in a 15-0 ball game. Thanks for sticking with us, folks. And that ball scorched into center field on a rope, base hit. Runner's going to go to third. And Bellows going to come out and talk to the umpire here. I think maybe they've had enough. I'm not sure what the run rule is. I think it's 15 after 4, but we haven't reached 4 yet. This could be the mercy rule. Mitchell's still in the game. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 15-0 in favor of the home team. Edgar Murillo is the batter from the left side. Good play by Chavez behind the plate. That ball's fouled off his foot. That's gotta hurt. So Juju will lead the county in strikeouts probably after today. That ball's up high. 7 strikeouts. 10 batters faced. He's been the story of today. And that one's this little squibbler out in front where Mitchell's going to pick it up. No, he doesn't. Now he's got to eat it. Run number 16 comes across. So on a little squibbler by Murillo. And the score Alvarez on the 16th run. It's going to bring up a pinch hitter now. Actually, this is the first batter, David Fresco. And that one's well hit into center field. It's going to drop in front of Garcia. Bello holds up the runners. Another base hit there. That's 2 base hits and a walk. And time's called, and head coach for the Homestead Broncos, Eddie Somarriba's coming out to talk to his pitcher, and we're going to take a quick break right here. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Coral Park Field after a quick talking to by Eddie Somarriba. He leaves Mitchell in there, and there's a fly ball to right field. And that ball's caught for the 3rd out. We'll be right back from the top of the 4th inning here from Coral Park Field. We're going to have the athletic director, Emilio Condis, on here to talk to us a little bit about the new program. This is Uncle Muggs, and you're watching FM. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of Miami-Dade and Broward High School baseball. It's the season opener, and we're at Ram Field, home of the Coral Park Rams. And the story here today has been the left-handed starting pitcher for the Rams. His name is Joshua Vargas. They call him Juju. And he has 7 strikeouts. He's faced 10 hitters. And he's facing George Garcia now. He's quickly up 2 strikes. And we're going to have a treat for you here in the top of the 4th inning in a 16-0 game. We're going to have the athletic director for these Coral Park Rams. And there's strike 3 called by the umpire. And it's strikeout number 8 for Juju. I better get Emilio on here quick before this inning runs out. Emilio, welcome, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Get a mic check on you. Oh, yeah, you sound good.
It's a
quality.
to have you here calling our game.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, a one-storied. Oh, there's a slow ground ball hit over to Fresco, who comes to first base. And is that Yangel still in there, or did he replace him?
He replaced him.
Yeah, that was Yangel.
Hammies are a little tight today.
All right, so yeah, you don't want to risk any injuries the first time up. So that's a rare ground ball here for the story today. Has been Joshua Vargas. Tell me something about this lanky lefty.
Well, he's excited to be back on the mound. Obviously he did the work this summer in order to get the start on the opening day here of our season. So looking for some big things from him. It always throws him off a little bit. Nice to have a lefty. Throws a little off speed, not too hard on the ball though. So
there's a quick strike there. 16-0 game, and that ball's lifted out to the right side. Again, with me here in the booth is Emilio Condis. He's the athletic director, and things are starting to look up. I mean, when I drove by here in the fall or late last year, I mean, the weeds were up to your knees.
Yeah.
And now Bello's really gone to work. And tell us a little about the direction of this program, where you think it's headed.
It's been a historically well-run program here at Coral Park. We've had a state title in the past, and there's a lot of alumni support. It depends on the coach and the time they put in on how well the team's going to do during the regular season. The name of the game now is off-season. If you're not doing something with your players in the off-season, somebody else will be, and they're going to stay with them during the regular high school season.
All right, there's strikeout number 9. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but your pitcher's so good. He keeps striking everybody out. You going to stick with us for another half inning?
Well, it's possible. It depends. If we score 3 more runs, I think the game's over.
All right, we'll be right back with Emilio Condis, and you're watching FSPN Spring Baseball High School Style. We'll be right back right after. Back. Welcome back, and thank you for watching FSPN's coverage of Spring Baseball 2025 season. It's the very first game of the season, And we have a treat. We have the athletic director for these Coral Park Rams in the booth with us today. His name is Emilio Condis. Emilio, thanks for joining us, buddy. Give us some insight. Tell us, give us a scoop here. What can we expect in this year and the following couple of years from this baseball program?
Well, Coach Bello's put the work in this summer. He's got a group of returners, a couple new pitchers on the staff this time. You know, he's a pitching coach himself, so a lot of the players that are young, they come up through his work and they like staying here. You know, that's the name of the game now. Got to have travel ball, got to play year-round, got to give kids something year-round.
All right, today it's a good start here. Your pitcher has 9 strikeouts, I believe, and it's a great start to the program.
Absolutely.
Can you see things already starting to turn around? I mean, the condition
Absolutely.
of the field. Hang on, there's one lifted into right field. And that one's caught by Adele Rivera for the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning. The Rams only need 4 more runs, and this is going to be a mercy rule. Yeah, tell us about the condition of the field and how you see things are going.
Yeah, you know, he's a farmer. He came out this summer and did put in the work like a farmer. So I know he's a South Miami guy, and some of those guys, they always told me that's what they focus on, is making their field look good so the players feel good and then they play well.
Oh, God. If you learned anything from that South Miami field, hopefully he brought that experience over here, because that place was a mess for a long time,
Yeah.
but now it's starting to look better. But no, I like the clay. Do you think that the kids in this year's team, do they think they know about the history and the tradition? I mean, they have that banner over there, the World Championship, the state championship.
Yeah.
But do you think they know what the Rams are about and what a staple they've been in Westchester?
Unfortunately, I do not think they do know that, just because kids.
There's a ground ball to the left-handed shortstop area, and it gets by him.
Ooh. Loyalty is not the same thing it used to be now with the new House bill, that kids could go wherever they want without an address. If they're not happy with a program, or if they're not happy being disciplined, they're quick to move. So it's kind of difficult. So that's why you got to have a family atmosphere year-round. Make sure they're having fun before they're too serious about the game, because in the end of it, it is a game and they should be having fun.
Again, the voice you're hearing is none other than the athletic director here for the Rams, Emilio Condis. He's joining us here in a blowout, the first game for the Coral Park Rams. Now, they only won 2 last year, so they're going to chop that in half by winning here today, and I'm sure they're going to win now. But this program under Terry Brumfield had a bunch of success. Of course, we all know about Steve Hurst and his state championship. And now with the district realignment, it puts yourself in there's a line drive. Hit to right center field by Rodney Garcia. They're going to send them to second. Runner's going to advance to third, so the Rams are going to have 1 out with runners on second and third. And they're only 4 runs away from a knockout here in the first game of the season, of this very young season. As I was saying, your district realignment. Now you're in a district with Braddock, Doral Firebirds, these Homestead Broncos, the Beach High Tides, and South Ridge.
Yeah.
With the new rules, you don't have to play anybody in your district.
Right.
But I think Bello went out and got a few games with the district.
We're definitely playing Doral. I don't recall South Ridge, but I'm sure he does. But, yes, those are the 2 tougher teams in our district we got to look out for. Look forward to playing and see where we stand against them before the playoffs. And then it's greatly important, your season record could definitely affect you moving on to the region, even if you make it to the district final. So we got to get some wins during the regular season if we don't win the district in order to move on.
And then it's 2 out of 3 now.
Yep, 2 out of 3 in the playoffs, and then the winner moves on, and then the next 4 top-ranked teams in that region move on with them.
We have a new pitcher, Eddie Somarriba, the head coach, has now put in the third baseman, Derek Pitter, to pitch. And Ismail Mitchell, we can't close the book on him either. Not just yet, because the 2 runners on base belong to him. But a successful day so far today for the Rams.
Sir.
I mean, it was a
great opening day.
Great opening day. Tomorrow, this is one of 3, because tomorrow you guys are over at San Brendan's.
Yep.
And then you're at Palmer Trinity. And that's a quick test to see, a quick gauge to see where your team is at. 3 games in a row.
Absolutely.
You know, after the first week, you should know in what direction this team is going. What are the expectations? I mean, what would be a good season for the Rams, record-wise?
500 season or better,
Nice.
we'll be happy with.
Okay.
Anything a little short of that, as long as there were tight games and the kids play, to the last pitch, we'll be happy with them.
All right, let's take a quick look at your calendar, at the schedule here. So we have Homestead, San Brendan's, and Palmer Trinity, as we mentioned. Then we have Killian, Matter Lakes, and I Matter. Some decent schools. Then Coral Shores, Gables, and then Braddock and South Ridge. So a pretty competitive schedule so far.
Yep.
I see Doral sprinkled in there, Crop, Schoolhouse Prep, who can hit. Miami Beach once again, Carroll City, at Beleng, and at Southwest to end the season.
Yep.
So, I mean, some pretty competitive teams.
Yep. Actually, Southridge wasn't on our schedule, huh?
I think they are in there.
Are they?
Does that say Southridge? No, I was Southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play the Ridge on March 4th.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there for that
Ooh.
game. FSPN will be there for that game.
Fat Tuesday.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to cover not only this game. This game's been okay for us to cover. It's the first one. We're excited about that. But we have 45 more games up here in the spring. Nobody's doing what we're doing. I mean, we're doing something unprecedented. We're giving these kids the exposure that they need. And it's not for the Division I kids, because those guys are going to be found. You know, the recruiters are going to go out and find those guys, even if they're playing in Alaska. But this is for the NAIA kids, the Division III kids, the JUCOs, and giving them the exposure on this channel that they didn't have before. And maybe that'll get them to open a few doors for them. So anything you want to add? Any shout-outs?
Just
we let you
thank you for being here, you know. Shout out to the alumni of Miami Coral Park. We're bringing back the alumni game soon. You know, we just had to get a little organized. We missed that. We enjoyed it.
Oh, you heard that, Leo Monteca? If you're watching, relax, guys. Just hold on to everything. We're going to be out here with it at full force. Can we get a bounce house? Can we get, fire-breathing people? It's going to be an event. We could do some
party atmosphere. We got to get a hold of Leo, too, so we can have our domino fundraiser. We never got around to doing that.
We could do that. we can also do a golf tournament. I know the alumni are big into golf.
Sir.
But, Emilio, I want to thank you very much and keep it up. I mean, you got a good guy here in Bello, and I'm sure in the next couple of years this program will be back on its feet and be a contender again in this District 6A 16.
Absolutely. He's putting the work in.
Thank you, sir. Good job.
All right.
All right, folks, that was Emilio Condis, and we're 3 runs away from this being a knockout, 18 runs now for the home team, the Coral Park Rams, and a good insight there from Emilio telling us about how this program and how hard-working Anthony Bello is. And I've seen him out here on the tractor. He's not lying. I mean, he's out here in the fall and in the summer. Everybody's home watching TV. So the new pitchers for this Homestead, he's throwing some strikes. His name is Derek Pitter. He's a right-hander. He's wearing number 21. $18-0. Pitter's pitch is taken high. And we're 4 runs away. Runner on second here. Pitter's pitch is in the dirt. Chavez can't handle it. The runners are going to advance. Pinch hitter goes down on strikes. And we'll be right back with more FSPN high school baseball. And that's today's ball game. It's 18-0. The Coral Park Rams defeat the Homestead Broncos 18-0. That was opening day. We're going to have a good matchup for you tomorrow. Stay tuned with us. We're going to have the Southridge Spartans take on the Braddock Bulldogs in some high school baseball. And on Wednesday, we have a great game as well. There's our schedule there. I'm Uncle Muggs. I want to thank you for joining us here. It's been my absolute pleasure. It's been a thrill to have you with us. We'll see you tomorrow right here on FSPN. Welcome back to Coral Park Field for the postgame show and it's brought to you by Coach's Corner, and they're a complete print shop. They do embroidery, screen printing, promotional items. Call our guy over there, Alex Diaz, for any of your printing needs. And they are also the sponsors of the post-game show. And I have with me today Mr. Juju. Juju, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
You're a left-handed pitcher here for these Coral Park Rams. And today, opening day, man, must feel good.
Yes, sir.
You got 9 strikeouts, Joshua. You faced 14 guys. How does all that feel for you personally before we get into the team stuff?
It felt really great because last year I had a kind of like a rocky season. So then just to come back here with a new coach and then a new squad and then to come out the first game and just play how we did, it felt amazing.
All right, tell us about the new coach. We don't want to diss the old coach at all because I know Tyler, he's good people.
Yeah.
But tell me some of the differences that you see now with Coach Bello.
Well, with Bello, he used to play for the Astros, so everything he learned from the Astros, he brought it to us, and we practice and play the same exact way.
Oh, that's great. So what are some of the teams, some of the games that you're looking forward for this year on the schedule? I mean, you got South Ridge, you got some good games.
Tomorrow for sure. St. Brendan's tomorrow, and then just all the good teams. We're looking out for everybody.
All right, as a team, what'll be a good season for the Rams? If you finish your record? We talked to Emilio Condis. He said if you guys finish 500, that's pretty good. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, but we're aiming for higher than that. We want higher than that.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, well, listen, 9 strikeouts. That's a great job.
Yes,
All right, you're on the tube here. It's your time. Who are we giving a shout-out to?
I would just love to shout out God, Lord and Savior,
Nice.
and my mom and my girlfriend and my family, everybody that sticks with me and supports me every single day. I couldn't do it without them.
Man, that was good stuff there, man. I was thinking you're going to say something about your boys or maybe a girlfriend or something like that, but you went straight to God and everything. Hey, I love that, man. I love that about you. Stick around, folks. These Rams are going to be good. They're coached right. They got a right attitude, and this program is heading in the right direction thanks to this guy right here, Juju.
Yes, sir. Thank
We'll
you.
see you on the mound again. Stay tuned for more baseball tomorrow. We're going to be at South Ridge for Braddock versus South Ridge Game 2, FSPN. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.